वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तं पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परं सुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं भावातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्। एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। So everyone listens to Vedanta and understands it. But you don't what? Will you accept that? Most of us don't accept that, so that is not a problem. So, we accept that, we don't accept it. Then only we can go about the process of trying to. It is said Vedanta is like walking on a edge of a razor. Shurasya dhara. Walking on the edge. It's not very easy path, the path of Vedanta. Why is it not easy path? For various reasons. It's not easy. Number one, everything else in the world is an experience. You can what? Vedanta is not an experience like any other thing in the world. What? No. What happens is that we never, ever, ever have anything of this world which can even remotely be close to Atma. And what Atma is. All we do in Vedanta is just indicate it. Okay? Now, this is called Chandra Shakha Nyaya. You might have heard this before, but I'm just going to make you understand the difficulty of Vedanta. There is this new moon, small little place in the And because there are so many other things in the sky, you can't see it. With the type of light pollution and all that we have, very difficult. Now, one person can see it. So what do? They say, look at that tree. Can you see the tree? Yes. Then what? Look at that branch that goes on this side. Can you see that? Yes. It crosses like that. Then there are 5 twigs. Can you see bigger, smaller branches? 5, 1, 2, 3. So keep your eye on the third one from below. Yes. Go along that. Yes. Then what? Over there you'll find a bunch of flowers. Yes. Go ahead. And then you find the twig going there, and then there are 2 leaves. Keep your sight between the 2 leaves and you will see what? The moon. Now what happens? Most of us stuck on the tree trunk. Forget about the... That is still too far. We are stuck on the... Some on the branch, some on the... And even if you come to this point, and you come to this point, you are stuck on the finger. Because you have to leave everything, every known experience, every possible word, thought, etc., everything. And how far is this finger from that moon? Please tell me. How far? See, the finger is very close to the trunk. Is it true or not? All of this is very close to where we are. The tree, the trunk, the leaves, the flowers, all of that is all basically the same. Isn't it? As much away from the moon as this last final point. Right? This is not any closer than what? You get it? So what happens? What happens? 99.9% of us are stuck away. We're not able to get that. And this also is very far. I'm telling you, no, most of us are where? So, and then, first of all, to accept that we are far away is also difficult. Because we all feel what? See, again, I told you, this feel good factor is such a thing that rides our life. So what happens? We feel one day, we sit and one little peace we get, what do we feel? Paunch gaye. Is it true? Little, small, little, not even a, is it true or not? You don't know what happened today. And then first of all, we announce to everybody. If you're a serious seeker, please remember, don't keep sharing your experiences with us. Is that okay? If you're a serious seeker. Otherwise, please tell everyone. What? What? You're minimizing your whatever, don't be thoda, little bit of something is happening, some remote, nothing to do with realization. Something is happening. And what is happening? That you don't know what happened. I remember this very well. It was very interesting. I was doing the course now. See, all our immaturity comes out throughout our this. When I was doing the course, see, every one of us remembers our home food. Isn't it? Mummy makes this very well or something. Is it true or not? Everyone has something like that. And especially the men have, they keep telling their wives, Mary Ma. And the wife gets really sick of that Mary Ma. All of them are Mary Ma. So anyway, I also had Mary Ma. So my mother used to make these batata vadas. In South India, they call it aloo bonda. So my mother used to make them so well. And one fine morning in the ashram, I just remembered Mummy's what? Batata vada. And Anyway, I was reading, I was studying Mayeva Sakalam Jatam, Mayi Sarvam Pratishtitam, Mayi Sarvam Layam Yanti, Tad Brahma Atvaya Aham. From Kaivalya Upanishad, that I am, from me everything arises, in me everything remains, into me everything merges. This is the verse that I was contemplating on. And what came out of me? Gonda Jatam. Anyway, now it so happens strangely that day lunch that was out. Look at that. All of you think some big thing happened. This is exactly what I mean. I also thought big thing happened. You can't imagine how excited I was. And then I had to share it now. So I told him, you know what happened today? I tell you, I love these gurus. Why? Because they bring you to the ground in no time. I'll tell you what happened. So what happened? I told him, I was thinking of this. And then lunch, oh, I didn't know. I was in my room. How? You can imagine how we typically do that. So what happened? You know what he said? Next time, think of God and God will appear. Ali alu bonda alu. So they bring you down to earth. They know a big this. See, for whatever. What I'm trying to tell you is that we start giving that. You know what happened? We get stuck. You're understanding what happens? We start imagining our own spiritual what? Awake. You're understanding that it's nothing to do with that moon. Are you understanding? Nothing. It has no relation at all with the moon. Got it? We keep on happening, I tell you. So, it used to happen again during the course. When I would sit in my room and some thought would come in my mind. And sometimes, most of the time, it's not related to what we study. Agree? So something must have happened, some thought. And it used to happen so often. Sometimes I would have actually a question. And what would happen? In the next class itself, Guruji would answer it. Next class, I didn't have to wait for. Has it happened to every one of you? So what happens? I thought Guruji reads minds. Simple. I'm thinking of, and sometimes it's not related to the topic also. He's like gone a little out and he said this. So I really thought he had what? This siddhi and he could read mind. So I asked him, sometimes you don't want someone to read your mind also. So I was just thinking, every time it happens, not once, not twice, almost every class it happens, I have a question in my mind and you answer. Do you read my mind? Wonderful answer he gave. He said, I have better things to do. I love them for this. This is it. See, this is called Drida Guru. Yesterday's, remember? Otherwise, what? Very good. All nonsense. And we focus on all of that and we miss out on the what? The moon is far away. Nothing to do with any of this. Got it? Or not got it? So, I'm telling you, these are the precautions. Remember? CPR. What is CPR? C is what? Caution. B is precaution. R is prevention. If you are a serious seeker, all this thing. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. It doesn't apply at all. You do what you want to do, it's fine. If you are a seeker. And there's the big if. This is one thing I really, really, really feel strongly. is that if you're a serious seeker, you may fool the world. That's not a big thing. But never, ever fool yourself. What? That is the difficult. What is Vedanta? We have fooled ourselves. That is that I am this body, etc. We have fooled ourselves. Now, if you continue fooling yourself into all sorts of imaginations, how are you ever going to get to the what? Supreme truth. Have you understood that? Bolo. So therefore, you fool the world, it's okay. No big deal. I'm not saying don't go around fooling the world. I'm not recommending. I'm saying if you're a serious seeker, that is immaterial. What? Of course, if you keep fooling others in the world, you are not dharmic, you're never going to get to Brahma. Brahma is far away then. But I'm saying that's not a bigger crime. The bigger crime is what? What? You're fooling. That's the bigger. If you are a serious seeker, you realize you're not a serious seeker, that's a big discovery. What? That I am not a serious seeker is a big discovery. But what will we do? We say that? No, I want moksha because it's supposed to be there. This is supposed, are you understanding? Please. What? Don't look so rejected. Because these are not discovered. You have to. There is no. See, you have to see the truth as it is. When you have to see the truth as it is, any layer that you put on yourself is only creating more barriers for you to know the truth as it is. Is that understood? Yes or no? So first and foremost what? Write down some few precautions. Caution. What? Don't fool yourself. You should see and don't condemn it. This is another thing. The minute we see anything in us, now what do? We justify. I'm telling you, if you justify 100,000%, you will never come out of it. You can, right? I will tell you absolutely with certainty, you will never come out of it. Ever. Why? Because what did you do? What? Immediately, we always justify. I did this because. And we have some nice, beautiful, very intellectual sounding what? Or very, like what does an edit do? He's told don't. So what does he do? Oh, today it's very sunny, na? So I will. Yes or no? Today, that sunny goes, then oh, it's raining, so I will. So there's a justification for everything you do, no? Because of this, I get angry, because I did this, because we'll keep we'll find an excuse to, and then we'll justify it. We'll say yes. It's not my fault. If you had not spoken this, I would not have spoken this. So who's at fault? You. You see, what can I do? You spoke like that. You spoke first, no. So I had to speak, no. So I spoke, no. You're understanding, bolo.
Yes.
And if anyone else tells you now, you don't like. We are also Mahapurushas. That Mr. Ego is so nice, happily sitting there. You think he's going to ever allow you to admit? That's why I'm saying others telling you doesn't work. You understand? Doesn't work. That is why you have to have someone in your life whom you listen to. One person. You listen. That's what I call a group. One person always I have in my life, whom I listen to. And listen to, see, not listen to means, I am feeling sorry. Like typical women have problems, so there's a person I pour my heart to. That is not what I mean. Are you understanding or not? When we have someone, could be problem hota and now we call them and we pour our heart and then we feel nice. That is not what I mean. And then they will say, don't worry, everything will be alright and all. Then that is the Preeti Guru. You remember that Preeti Guru?
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get on. Okay? Okay, it's okay. You're on the right path, don't worry. I personally prefer these Dhruda Gurus. I don't like these Preeti Gurus. They can deceive you like anything. I like what? They tell you as it is. No, my ego will get hurt. You get hurt, that's the whole idea. Get out of that. Okay? Then, see, so don't fool yourself. That's an important thing. Don't keep, because already layers are there. Don't add those layers on it. Now, if you have understood this, what makes it difficult? What makes Vedanta? See, Vedanta is not difficult. Again, is Vedanta difficult? No. Is understanding Vedanta difficult? No. Please, these two things you keep in mind all the time, okay? Vedanta is not difficult. Understanding Vedanta is not difficult. What is difficult? So please, don't ever get that mixed up, okay? Otherwise you'll say, oh, she said it's very difficult. Yeah, no, it's not difficult. The accepting part. And what comes between the accepting part is what I'm trying to, because we want to get rid of that, right? We want to make it so that I can accept. So that's the whole idea, this process that we're trying to. There are many, many layers of this in between. You know, whatever is said in the scriptures now, it is 100,000% true. Like if they say you need sadhan chatushtaya for you to, you know what they say, the requirement is very interesting. The requirement is that you must have all the four sadhan chatushtaya. Sadhan chatushtaya are what? Vivek, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti and Mokshitvam. This is called the sadhan chatushtaya. It is required for you to even be ready for listening to Vedanta. And we all listen to Vedanta without these. You are understanding what I am saying? If you read Tattva Bodh, what does it say? Sadhan Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikari. What? Sadhan Chatushtaya Sampanna is a Adhikari for what? Moksha Jijnasa. Then he gets Moksha Jijnasa. Then he goes to the Guru. Then he listens to the Guru. And what do we have? None of these, and we go to listen to Vedanta. Are you understanding where the problem comes? Bolo. So Swamiji, now I have to get what? It's 4. Then I will come for a lecture. Thank God, tomorrow last day I am not coming. What? You need what? Now, you know, this 4 becomes very difficult for most people to remember. So I make it into 3. I mean, only 1 less, yes. Because in this 4, there are more also. Shat Sampatti has 6 more. So it's total what? 9. That is difficult. So now I'll make it 3 now. So from 9 to 3 is a good number. Will you remember this? Okay, good. See, whenever I say something now, I want you to remember also. Huh? Yesterday I said, what is Shravanam? Some 2 words. You don't have to say that. You know it all. Huh? Tatparya Nirnaya. You remember 2 words only I told you to remember. Please remember. Okay. So these 3 words you have to remember. Okay? Such a mind becomes fit for listening to Vedanta. 3 qualities of the mind. What? Shuddhata, Ekagrata, Sukshmata. What is that? Shuddhata. Shuddhata. What does it mean? Ekagrata. Single. And Sukshmata, subtlety. Okay? Subtlety. Sukshmata, subtle. All of that can be this. Swamiji, on what basis did you reduce all this? I like if people question like that. You are only raising questions. For we have no such questions, Swami. You don't worry about us. We are only listening. I don't want you to only listen. I want you to be in that what mode? Mananatmak mode. Okay? All of you. See, I don't want this answer mode that I keep giving answers and you keep what? Yes, yes, nodding. No, I don't want that. I want you to like that. Okay? Can you all do that? Don't screw up your face just for the sake of me getting confused. Because then I will get confused. I think I thought he understood, but okay, doesn't. So, what is the meaning of all this? What is Shuddhata? What do you mean by? So, when you say purity, sounds like a big Vishna. A mind which has little raga, dvesha, likes, dislikes, prejudices, anger, jealousy, greed, thoughts of revenge, all these type of Vishna. The lesser it is, the purer is your mind. Okay. क्या हो गया इसी में? Wicket down. Wicket down हो गया कि नहीं हो गया? And interestingly now, we all our life only increase our raga dvesha. And we feel we are very opinionated. Present time, all of us, is it true or not?
Yes.
Judgmental and opinionated. Two things are like part of our and we feel so good about it. See, that you are opinionated and judgmental, if you understand and you feel, oh, I should be, is good. But we feel good about it. Is it true or not? The first day you say, you try me out. All of you have tried me out, so that's why you came. So many people. And the interesting is, we are such Mahapurushas, you've tried me out before, and then still you say, let's try once more time. Right? I have proved myself, Ray, what more I want to do. Then they will say also, after that, last time she was better. Mahapurush. करते हैं कि नहीं करते? बोलो. इस बार अच्छा है हाँ शायद. अरे because you forgot last time, that's why. Tell you, this mind of ours, all the time judging, opinion, everything under the earth we have an opinion. Is it true or not?
Yes.
And all the time, ये तो मेरे को अच्छा लगता ही नहीं, ये तो मेरे को बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है, ये तो ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए. Inside there is a constant dialogue. बाहर hi, who, inside judgment, right? इसका बाल अच्छा नहीं है, उसका ये अच्छा है, वो ये है, your commentary goes on like, is it true or not?
Yes.
With such a mind, Aham Brahmasmi is far away. So you sit even for this, now what is happening? You can understand what will happen when the mind is like that. So opinionated, judgmental, with likes, dislikes, with all of this thing and all that. And the best part of it, we think we are very smart with this. Is it true or not? And that is why, remember, what is very important is to have a good mind. If for Vedanta, I'm talking only for Vedanta, rather than a smart mind. A smart mind has no role for Vedanta. For the worldly, this and all, yes, you do need a smart mind, okay? For your world, your transactions with the world, and if you only have a good mind, it may not work. What? You need to have a smart mind for what? For if you want to do business and all that. But unfortunately, we have no value for goodness. You may say what you want to say, but we have no value for goodness. I'm telling you, we have no value. What do we say? See, what you have value only you will cultivate. If you don't have value, you will not cultivate it. But When we see a person who is good, now what we say? बेचारा बहुत भला है. बोलते हैं कि नहीं बोलते हैं? बोलो. बेचारा बहुत भला है. बेचारा. The minute you say बेचारा, it shows you have no value for it. बेचारा. बेचारा. Isn't it true? So भला के साथ में क्या जोड़ दिया? बेचारा. तो क्या हो गया? It shows what? You have no value. Power. In Tamil they say what? Power means vichara. It's a goodness, Ray. It's a great thing. What you should say? Yeah, acha aadmi. So if everyone can move a bit in the front, that's because people when they come in there, just there's enough space here. So, and please, some of you looking sleepy today. I think you didn't have your tea. Please have your tea and come. Sleep early, just for this 1 or 2 days more. Huh? Preeti Guru. See, Druda Guru, I can be with someone who's really very, very, this, and I can say, look. But most of the time, we also take a role of Preeti Guru only. What do you? I'm not a guru, by the way, to anyone in the world. Okay, so, So now, what is it? Now, what was I saying? Power. So we have this notion. See, if we had value for goodness, what would we say? Really, बहुत अच्छा. I tell you, इतना अच्छा means such a good person, so good. Will we not say that? In our heart, we feel good about a person being good, not bichara. No. The minute you have this notion, bichara, means what? You will not become good. I don't care whether you think the other person is good or not. What will happen? If you know what? If you can see goodness in others, it shows you are good. Will you remember that? What? What? If you can see goodness in others, it means what? You are good. And most of the time, what do we see? बोलो. उसमें ये गड़बड़ है, उसमें ये गड़बड़ है, उसमें ये गड़बड़ है, उसमें तो सब कुछ गड़बड़ ही है. Is it true or not? If you can see goodness in others, why? Because it's a reflection of what you are. So, what? Goodness is called Shuddhata. Okay, simple words, goodness is Shuddhata. Because when you say so much Shuddhata, you don't understand. Goodness, then, sheer goodness in your heart. You have to have good heart. But we put layers of smartness over that goodness, so it gets what? Happily. And then, see, good and smart, all of us, we have this mixture of this, but when goodness is in a position of command, that's where the problem is. I give this example always of this Pandava and Kauravas. See, Yudhishthira was an avatar of Dharma. Are you aware of that? Yudhishthira. And Vidura was also an avatar of Dharma. So Kauravas and Pandavas, both of them had what? Dharma in their life. But why did the Pandavas win and not the Kauravas? It's very interesting. Vidura was there in the side of avatar of Dharma, and Yudhishthira also. So both of them had, and yet who won? Pandavas. Why? Because what was the position of Yudhishthira in the Pandava fold? He was what? He was the king. Anything, even if Arjuna did not agree with what Yudhishthira said, he did what he said. Is it a fact or not? He didn't agree with this. What are you doing? What? Nothing to it. He said, do. That is it. So, goodness ruled. Arjuna is a smart guy. Over smart. Got that? Now, Duryodhana is a smart guy. Please remember, he is not smart. Huh? He was a very smart. The people in his kingdom were very happy with his rule. Are you aware of that? You only think that Duryodhana bad guy. No. That all his subjects were happy. It's not that they were unhappy with him. He just had his angst against these Pandavas, but as far as he was concerned, he was a good ruler. So he was a smart guy, okay? And what happened? Vidura was dharma. So he used to even tell, Dhritarashtra, don't do this, etc., etc. Dhritarashtra would listen to him for a little time and he says, yes, what you say is right, absolutely right. This is only what should be done. In fact, he used to call Vidura. Vidura advised me. So Vidura, because he was a minister and he would advise him. He says, yes, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do. And the minute Vidura went and Duryodhan came, what happened? Whom did Dhritarashtra listen to? What did he? Who was the one who actually made decisions? What? He went according to Vidura's decisions or Duryodhan's decisions. You see this? So, dharma was in the role of a sevak under whom? In the Kaurava. And who was Duryodhan guided by? That is very interesting. Shakuni. Shakuni's cunningness, is it true or not? So smartness was prompted and guided by what? Cunningness. And that was ruling. And see what happened. Are you getting this point? In our life also, what? Who is ruling? Is goodness ruling or smartness? Or this smartness is in a position of and goodness is following. So what will happen if when goodness becomes the ruler, then it's not that smartness will not come in play. It will come. It will help you. But if smartness is the one that is ruling now, it will overpower, it will ask goodness to shut up. Is it true or not? That's what happened to Vidura. They shut up. And then after being shut up for so long, what did Vidura do when the war happened? When they needed him the most, what happened to Vidura? He said, I am going. Bye-bye. So one day what will happen? Your smartness will be so strong that your goodness will होता है कि नहीं जगत में नहीं देखा है क्या ये सब बोलो haven't you seen all this happen? I mean this happens all the time. If you are a spiritual seeker, let goodness rule your heart. Let goodness be. See, we are also Mahapurushas. If I ask, what you want your children to be good or smart, what will you give the answer? Frankly, you'll say both. Yeah, you'll say both. And interestingly, you want your children to be good with you and smart with others. No. And if they act smart with you, what will you say? Don't act smart. If the husband also says, "Aapki hoshiari office mein, idhar nahi." Don't we say, "Don't act." मेरे सामने nothing. वहाँ जो करना है कर, मेरे सामने. So we want people to be good to us and smart with others. So we know at the end of the day, goodness is important. Goodness is what you can live with. You can't live with smartness. Remember. And most divorces happen because of smartness. Yes. Not because of goodness. You fall in love because of also smartness. Because अरे वो smart दिखती है, smart बोलता है, either way. So all that outside thing is it's very attractive. Remember, it's, like look smart, talk smart, act smart, dress smart. That's the 4 smart. What? Follow. And in Dubai you all have mastered it. What? Look smart, act smart, talk smart, dress smart. Wow. But that's all only out. Is it true or not? You take those layers of this and what happens? What you are is seen. Samjhenge, bolo. And what do we judge people on? Is it true or not? Come on. You are living in this society, you know very well. What do you look at people? And if one of this is not there, English अच्छी नहीं है. English. What English has to do with anything? Is it true or not? वो गाँव की इंग्लिश बोलते हैं. Grammar, many times, no, I tell you, I'm saying our values are all like that. Now, we want to get to this supreme truth, which is like, you can't imagine where it is. It's that moon. And here we are all in this tree and trunk and leaves and flowers and all that also. We are not even there, we are in the root somewhere. So, you're understanding now, where is my goal and where am I right now? And then all of a sudden you think something will listen to Vedanta and one fine, Am Brahmasmi, it will happen. It won't. So therefore we have to be very, very, what? Careful. Cautions. Just be careful. Don't get carried away with all this. If you are a spiritual seeker. Otherwise nothing I'm speaking will apply. Okay, just live exactly as you are and be happy. No problem. Okay, everyone? All this will apply only what? If you want to be, if you are, if you think you want to all this, then it will apply. Otherwise, there's nothing. It doesn't matter also, actually. Now, one is this precaution of in your own this, Shuddhata. Shuddhata you understood now? Everyone understood Shuddhata? And Shuddhata actually makes you feel good inside you. Remember, it's a good thing to have. And the second one, whether others see that, another thing, Shuddhata is not easily seen. Smartness is easily seen, but this goodness is not easily seen. But when you start seeing that, no, it's like you have to probe inside, And then you see the Shuddhata. You live with a person or something, then you can see the Shuddhata. Otherwise, you can't see it easily. And if you yourself are so covered with that smartness, you will not be able to see the goodness in the other person. Then the second was what? Ekagrata. And you know Ekagrata. What to talk of that? उसमें तो विकेट डाउन बिल्कुल हो जाती है कि नहीं? बोलो. You sit for 2 minutes also. That 2 minutes seems like what? Isn't that true? Mind. See, the nature of the mind is to wander. So that's okay. But if I want to know the truth, I have to bring that mind to a focus, to a point where, see, it's like that. If your mind is looking at the tree and something else and something else and something, you have to bring it all the way to this. You understand? So do you need a concentration or not? So when I say look here, you have to look there. Then I say look here, look here, look here. So you have to be focused. In the meantime, supposing when the trunk is there and you see a beautiful whatever passing by, what will happen? The mind is gone. And then I say, no, trunk is there. You are all what? Is it? Yeah. Does it happen? So that's why the concentration is required. Till it comes here, you need that concentration. After this, when you see the truth, no concentration is required. Got it? But till that time, to bring that mind there, you need that concentration. Okay? Then, third one is called what? Sukshmata. Now what is Sukshmata? The ability to see a thing as it is. What? It's an ability of the intellect to be able to see the thing as it is. Yes. Because we have to know the truth, right? So the truth we have to see as it is, without any layers. So this ability to just be able to see the truth. We do have this thing, Sukshmata, but it's mostly in other fields. There are scientists whose mind are so subtle and they think, is it true or no? Artists who think about that swara, subtle mind is there or not. But it is all for what? External things. Now you have to be able to have this thing for, it's a little different. The Sukshmata in Vedanta and Sukshmata in the other world, it's a little different. I will explain that later. Or should I explain now? demand and supply. Okay, fine. Now, see, Sukshmata requires 2-3 things involved. One is called Vivek. Vivek is absolutely required as far as Vedanta is concerned. Okay. What is Vivek? The ability to distinguish. I don't like this word discriminate because it has connotations which are very, very different now. Normally they say discrimination. That discrimination is such negative connotation. I stopped using that word. The ability to what? Distinguish. I think it's getting too much. No? Some of you didn't have your tea today morning. Don't look at each other. Find out who is that person I'm talking about. Immediately see how the mind was. I was showing that thing in some. So, see, what was I saying? The ability to distinguish. Now, one type of distinguish thing that you do is, this is good, this is bad. That's also, this is right, that is wrong. That's still subtler, you know. This is the goal, this is the means. All these type of distinction that we do, they are also still difficult ones. The normal distinction we do in the world, and this is, this matches this, it is matching. Something like that. So we are doing the distinction, this is right, and you go to a place, there's a chandelier, there's a sofa. So you're distinguishing one from the other from its character. The characteristics are this, the characteristics are this. So there's a mic, you are doing this constantly, you are distinguishing things one from the other, right? You go to buy something, this is good quality, bad quality, etc. Don't you do all of that? So you're using this buddhi all the time. But this is called, this type of a vivek, all of it, even the good, bad, goal, means, all of it is called anitya vivek. You are distinguishing between one impermanent thing and another impermanent thing, or one worldly thing and another worldly thing. Both are of the same category. You get it? Both are of the same. Good and bad, right and wrong, all fall in the world, right? All worldly. Look at this. Even though in that there is a gradation of being subtle and gross, that is what? All of it is worldly. Here the distinction ability is a completely different one. It's the distinction between what? Nitya, Anitya, Vivek. That is called Vivek. In Vedanta, Vivek is not this that you can distinguish between good and bad. And we are very smart in doing this worldly distinction, right or wrong. We are good. We practice it perfectly. So there are some people who may not be able to do this one very well, they are very good with this one of Nitya, Anitya, Vivek. Now what is this Nitya, Anitya, Vivek? We will do tomorrow. Now 10 minutes you sit and think on what I have told you. Remember, we said we have to reflect, take something from what I have spoken. Don't go to sleep. If you are feeling sleepy, keep your eyes open. I have a few questions which I think I've answered in this session. What is effective Shravanam? What I hope you did today. We said effective Shravanam is when you have understood that this is what the Tatparyadvina you have done. You've understood this is what the scriptures are saying, that I am the supreme truth. That is effective. Then I used to think if we keep listening to an idea, we start owning that idea. Aham Brahmasmi. Is that correct? I said, no, if your understanding only increases, if it would have happened, it could have happened by now. The fact that it hasn't happened, either the quality of the mind is not right. Which are the three qualities required? Sukshmata, Shuddhata, Ekagrata. If that comes, you'll be able to do. Or if you do Mananam, it will happen. Yeah? Otherwise, you keep on listening, kaan behre ho jayenge, nothing is going to happen. Yeah? How to do Mananam tomorrow? Actually, I'll make you do Mananam. If you're all ready. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Then come tomorrow. Upon reflection, I realized that I have been trying to use Vedanta to help me improve myself and my life. I do not use it to help me to realize that I am infinite. How can I lift my demand to strive to reach the infinite? I don't want to be reborn again. Keep that thought. I don't want to be reborn again. That's a very good thought to keep. I tell you now, if you look around now, you really don't want to be born. First of all, if you're born now, again, you have to go to school. Tell me, who wants to go to school? Anyone of you, anyone at all? And the present generation, with the type of thing, I mean, it's a nightmare. But you will have to, there is no choice about that. And imagine the type of parents we will have. Oh my God. Your children's children might be, not your only, but that generation could become your parent. Because you will die, you're not now, maybe 50 years later. 50 years, I'm giving you 50 more years or 70 years or 80 years, whatever you want. After that, you may not be born again immediately, please, first of all. You may be born as an elephant, so 100 saal aur gaya. You understand? Supposing you are born a human being, let's say. Immediately you are born also, supposing. Imagine 150 years later, what type of parents will be there? Now their attention span is 4 minutes. What? You will be born with a chip in your head probably, is that mother will have a chip in her head. And can you imagine that horror? You want to be born? Please go ahead. So keep this thought very, and you don't imagine, we always imagine, I will be born in a Hindu family, the same Guru will be there, and everything like that. Gurudev will, nothing, you think Gurudev wants to stick around for? I mean, just keep, are you understanding or not? So keep this thought alive. I don't want to be born again. Make it so strong. Any one of you who wants to be born again? I'm telling you, you could be born in Somalia.
Pakistan.
Please, you'll say, why you say Somalia and not? We don't know what vasanas we have, and they might fructify. You understand? Anything that you might think, we have no idea. We always imagine what will happen. We'll come and then some Chinmay Mission Swami will be there around always, and someone will always. What are you talking? Already from the time Gurudev was there to now, water deterioration has happened. Is it true or not? And you can imagine what's going to happen now. So keep this strong. What? Okay, that is good enough for everything. That thought itself now will stop you from most of the. You will say, God, I'll be born. Look at everyone and all now. See, I've seen a lot of people who are married and all now, and they say, Swamiji, kuch bhi ho jaye, next lifetime I don't want to marry. There are many who are nodding right now. No, whatever it is, see, next life, all this is going to happen. You say, I don't have children. Arey Rahman, how many lives you had? How many? As a pig, you would have had 40 at a time. Like, imagine, and that too also 5-6 batches of 40. What? Abhi bachcha nahi, bachcha. Arey bachcha, what? How much? Which lifetime bachcha are you talking about? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? I want to shake you up. Every one of you. And believe me, if you don't get Brahmajnana, you are going to be born. Swamiji. Are you getting it or not? Then Swamiji, abhi थोड़े और साल ये ना, you come again, then I'm done. I will not be there. How I know I'm going to be there tomorrow? Swamiji, कल का सेशन करके बाद में keep this thought.
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Muskan get the envelopes.
This covers.
Yes,
everyone.
she's just getting
now,
it.
Everyone, all of you know about the Guru Dakshina? Right. Dakshina is different from Dana. What is Dana? What you give to a Deen is called Dana. Dakshina is when you are grateful for whatever you've got. So Samarth ko Dakshina dete hain, Deen ko Dana dete hain. You understood the difference? And who is Samarth? Do I look a Dan Patra? बेचारी इतनी मेहनत करती है बेचारी. I don't look, I don't feel. No one can ever feel bichari towards me. Is it true or not? I don't, absolutely. Because once it happened, when we were doing the course now, they saw all as brahmacharis and all. So one devotee of Gurudev said, "ये बिचारे सब, उनको TV भी देखने को नहीं मिलता है. Can I give a TV for the ashram?" Gurudev said, "Ask them if they want a TV, and if they say yes, then give them." And we all said, "No, we don't want a TV. We are having this wonderful thing. Why do we need?" So I am not a bichari. Okay. So what you will give to me is what? Dakshina. But what will I do with it? I'm going to do dana. So that dana punya will go to you because it's not my money any which way, right? So I will do, and we have the Chinmay Organization for Rural Development. All of you know CORD. And in Coimbatore itself, we have this wonderful Dr. Meera who's doing an amazing work in so many villages over there. I'm going to send a report of it to Kanchan. I'll send it to Kanchan. Please forward it to all of them just to know what wonderful work she's doing. And that all that you all are going to give for this will go to the CORD Siruvani Coimbatore. So give Yatha Shakti, Yatha Bhakti, no pressure at all, how much and all, there's no prestige issue involved, everything is in the cover, no one's going to see it. So whatever you give, Yatha Shakti, Yatha Bhakti, Yatha Shraddha will be accepted. And those who are coming in the evening, don't give 2 times, give once. Okay? Those who are not coming in the evening, can give this, but don't give 2 times. Evening, you either in the morning or in the evening, doesn't matter. Okay? And I want all of you to come in the evening. That's very interesting. Those who are not coming in the evening. Interesting hai ki nahi hai? Anyway, so please come. And then tomorrow also, last day, we'll have some interesting. Actually, when I came here, I had no idea what I was going to talk. I had something else in mind altogether. Acha tha na? Relevant na? Okay, wonderful. As long as. Okay, Hari Om.
So Hari Om, please stay back and have some prasad. And do bring, just the way you invite a whole lot of people to your homes for teas and coffees and lunches, bring them for that lovely talk this evening. Because she's giving such a fabulous talk on the 5G connection. What are the great ways for us to connect with our own Atma? let's just make that little bit extra effort. I know it seems like it's a little way out. It's, you know, in Bardabai, it's in Sindhi Hall. But listen, guys, you're not going to get this. A teacher of this caliber is not around. Let's maximize our time with her in every session that she's here. All right? Thank you.
Yeah, see, Dhanam,